around the age 5, we form like this idea about that things have to be fair, right? And so,
Hmm.
so like around 5, it's like things have to be fair. And it's like, well, we learn over our lifetime, life isn't fair, right?
I think it's because we learned that the worst way to behave is tyrannically, and that children are tyrannical in nature. It comes with the curiosity and exploration of defining the world's boundaries,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like kids are inherently tyrannical, and so and we didn't encourage it, we accepted it, and then at one point they become like cognitively viable or like sentient enough that we're like, hey, keep exploring, stay curious,
Right.
don't be a dick.
Right.
And we choose better words. But really, that's when we're saying like, hey, be fair. And I think the misnomer is not because life is fair. It's truly because being fair or striving to aim for it is better than disregarding it and self-servingly being a tyrannical turd.
Right. But the unfortunate part of that is that we think we know what fair is, right? We create all these ideas of what fair is, and
True.
right, and life is just not black and white,
No.
very gray, and so it is, and we get stuck in that, and unless we keep growing, we can still even be adults and get stuck in that, and it's just interesting, like, Brian and I will get into conversations about fairness, and he still has a part of that inside, even though he understands that life isn't fair. And he's telling our kids all the time, life isn't fair.
And then he's also fighting
Right.
for fairness.
But his mom is 60 something and she feels like everything has to be fair. And it just really, it kind of shows you where she got stuck on,
Yeah.
it's like, no, life is not fair. It's just never going to be equitable to every single person in the same way. Right.
Yeah. Equal opportunity, not outcome.
Well, and I tried to we had a conversation about, I mean, not to get too into it, but we had a conversation about welfare.
Mhm.
And well, some people take advantage. You're right. Some people do take advantage. There are
Yeah.
always going to be
Yeah.
people in life that take advantage.
Some people break the rules.
Right. Some people
Should we not have rules?
right. And it's like, yeah, you're going to have that, but then you have the people that actually really benefit from it, which is most of the
Yeah,
people.
by and large.
By and large, it's just like anything. You're always going to have the people that are takers, that take advantage, that do whatever.
Yeah.
There's going to be a margin and error of with everything you do. And I think that's a hard thing for people to understand because they grasp onto the really shitty part. And then they're like, well, see, yeah. And
It's easier to rationalize simplistically versus like navigate fleshing out all the complexities and nuances and still maintaining the correct frame, which I suck at. That's why I like to fight people. I'm bigger than you. How about that one?
well, I mean, but that's like how you and I, like what we talk about sometimes when you get heated about something, it's like, it's not that simple. This person's an asshole. It probably is much more deep than that. You have no idea about
No,
their
you're
back,
right. You're right. That's like that's like almost like a symptom. No, but like for reals, no, you're so right. Like that is actually better perceived as a fucking symptom of my exhaustion.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm clearly a curious guy.
Right.
I'm obsessive about the truth to the point where it's helpful advice that says, do you want to be right or do you want to get along? And I need to hear that a lot because absolutely.
And I say that a lot to him.
She says a lot to me.
And I say it to my husband too.
And like her husband, we listen sometimes.
Like, would you rather be right or would you rather get along? Because I think for me in life, I kind of strive for getting along. And there are certain things I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell Brian. Is this something you will die on that hill? Because everything can't be that. You have to pick the things that are really important to you. And then other things, I just would rather get along. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
The worst part is that I argued this the other night and I was on my side of the fence. I was like, oh, fucking, we're gonna define everything. We're gonna fucking like. I remember you're like, you got to make that list. Is this one of those things? And I was like, you gave me too much room to work with. I'll put one thing on the list of what I won't die on the hill for, and I'll put every other fucking thing on the list that we're gonna die on the hill for. And as I was doing that, the one thing that just destroyed everything was, what don't you know? And then it was like, more than I do know. And then it was like, what has been the most common alleviation of my own ignorance? And that has been other people's knowledge or, from other people.
Yeah,
And like, I've never once gotten new information out of somebody by telling them what I know.
right.
Not and not asking about it, like
Yeah,
telling them this is the way the world works. All right. And someone's like, you're right. Actually, it works like this. No, what the fuck? Like, they're like, okay, you want to be heard? I'll just shut up, even if I
right.
disagree, right? Like, because of the way I spoke or whatever, right?
That happens all the time when
Every day.
when we realize that people shut off and shut down to us, right?
Yeah. And that
And
we make them shut down.
we make them shut down. The interesting thing I find is that so often, like, you're wanting to have that engagement and you stop paying attention to their body language, to what's going on with them.
Mm.
You're just basically just telling them everything you want, a story,
Yeah.
right?
You're focused on the
Yeah, I'm
story.
on my soapbox
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm gonna sit here and tell you everything I think.
Yeah. You're focused
And
on being creative and being precise, but you're also apparently ignorant of your audience, which why are you talking about what you're talking about in the first place? It's to be heard by who,
right.
why, and how are they? Gone?
So
So is your point, right? Yeah.
just such a skill, I think, to develop as we get older, right? Especially in, well, relationships, in business, all of it. It's like a critical skill to be
Yeah.
able to read people and understand people and also to open them up to dialogue.